Hi guys, welcome back to Lifting Spirits, a platform made by bartenders for the people. My name's KJ.
I'm Luke, and this week our first ever guest
number
is
one,
the lovely
Mark Tracey.
Oh, hi, Mark.
So Mark, if you be so kind, for the non-industry world out there, can you explain who you are and what you do as short and simple as you can?
Yes.
Why do you get paid?
So for Moet Hennessy UK, I'm the ambassador, so I head up the education department for our spirits portfolio. But beyond that, so I kind of run around the country drinking martinis, talking to people about vodka, gin, whiskey, cognac, so on and so on.
So you say Lvmh, and Moet Hennessy. So within that, you've got obviously Hennessy within there. What other brands do you have?
So we've got obviously Hennessy VS is in the name, or Hennessy Cognac's in the name. Belvedere Vodka, which is who I've been working with for the longest. I worked with Belvedere for 11 years. Glenmorangie, Ardbeg. We've got a new rum called Eminente, so a new Cuban rum as well, which is delicious.
It is very nice, yeah.
And we're about to launch in the UK Volcan Tequila as well.
Okay, so all big hitters essentially.
Yeah.
Mark works with big hitters. Amazing. But shit sandwich. Ready to say shit sandwich? Cool. I'm gonna start this week. So, good, bad, good. Good. It was my birthday last week. Turned 28.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Made another year around the earth. It was a really good birthday. Really chilling. really nice. Bad. I wasn't feeling great last week. And I'm feeling better this week, but the birthday thing kind of...
When you say nothing, what?
In terms of just like...
Had a bad throat?
No.
Had a headache?
No.
What are we saying?
It was more like... Emotionally, yeah. It's more emotionally. Remember last week I said that I was like the common denominator within all the...
Oh, yeah.
All the arguments.
You're the issue.
Yeah, I'm the issue. I really felt like the issue last week again. Like on my birthday, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here watching TV. I'm alone. And then...
it's lockdown.
Yeah. and then I got over it. It's all good.
Yeah.
And then good. I can't speak about it right now, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I had a lot of opportunities fall into my lap. There's a lot. Some coming from this, some coming from outside.
As his manager, I would like to know this as soon as possible.
Right, yeah, sorry. I apologize. You know what? I actually forgot to tell you that's the bad thing. But a lot of people called that. Yeah.
It's all coming out
Yeah,
now.
it's all coming out now. But yeah. But that's me, guys. Moving on.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
So good, bad, goods. Good, I was really happy with, and I've been speaking to a lot of people about it this week so far, just in terms of the announcements that have come out, with the plan for coming out of lockdown and so on and so on. I think just having that clarity has helped a lot of people.
Yeah,
We've got,
for sure.
we've got that kind of date. So like even the managing director of Moet Hennessy UK, we had a kind of meeting yesterday morning where he kind of talks about bits and bobs. And he was talking about 47 sleeps until we can all kind of start to do stuff. But it's just a nice way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that was a really good
Don't
thing.
worry, guys. 47 sleeps.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in a nap. All right.
So that's the good. In terms of the bad, I heard some real disturbing news the other day. The stats aren't 100% accurate yet, but possibly 1 in 3 late licensed venues will never open again.
Damn.
In terms of the damage done.
Oh,
So
really?
up to 1 in 3 potentially, yeah. Which I was like, that kind of hits home. Look, you know me well. I love to party, so there's a lot of places that I'm not going to do.
Really? You drink?
Yeah.
I didn't know
I do.
that. Wow.
I do.
News to me.
And then
That's a first here, guys. Let's experience first. Mark Tracey drinks alcohol.
And then another good, I think, one, the weather's just been lovely again, and we're seeming to be kind of, again, there's more light every morning,
For sure.
more, and in the evenings as well, starting to get warmer. I've got a plan, a kind of little plan with the missus tomorrow to go for a nice walk in the park.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's my good one.
Nice. Luke?
My shit sandwich. Okay, good. I started couch to 5k because I feel like I'm a chunky so-and-so and I'm trying to lose it. And what I did was I skipped ahead 2 weeks to make myself feel even better.
Yeah.
So I've got 7 weeks instead of 9. And that was amazing. Turns out, no, I can't run.
Can't run at all.
I am not made to run. Maybe like a short distance sprinter. Like if you've seen Lord of the Rings, I'm like the dwarf. I can go short distance as well, but I'm not a distance guy. Then bad. I went running.
Your heart.
No. I got a weight vest, and it's a 20 kilo weight vest.
This guy thinks he's
Mate,
Goku.
It's amazing. It's so good. Literally just bowl around for the day wearing it, doing everything you can do, fall over a lot because you forget your balance. And then went for this run and it was amazing. Like, come back dead.
So have you got runner's high yet? Because you talk about this a lot.
I want
you
this
still haven't received runner's high.
I get so anxious because I want this runner's high. I'm just like, oh my God.
3K, 3.5K.
What do you think? I can't get to 3.5.
You will get to. I promise you.
If it
keep
can't
consistent.
be done in 2K, I'm over.
No, keep consistent. 3.5K.
I need to walk half of that.
It's a myth. I'm gonna.
But that's it. Like, it's really
in terms of that, is there a pace that you need to keep up to get to that level?
Here's the thing. Like when I run,
skip it.
You really like you look at people and you look at them and they're just strolling along like a gazelle. You go at your own pace. And that pace might be that you're still jogging, but it is walking pace. But you're still jogging, you're still putting in more effort.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it will increase. You just have to be very consistent. Like with everything, you have to be consistent, but it will hurt. That's the only problem.
Yeah. But like it's no, so that my bad is realising that I suck at this and I've got a long way to go before I can get there. And then good is that do you know what? I'm gonna double up on you as well. It's just nice seeing the sunshine.
Yeah.
Like with the COVID test job, I'm outside for the most part.
Yeah.
And outside on this football pitch greeting people. And the other day this dude brought in an American football. I had a frisbee. Someone else brought a proper football. So we're there going, oh yeah, you're coming for an official COVID test. Can you kick ball? Yeah. No, you can throw. Come then, have a quick. Yeah. So log in on the app and then throw the ball. Yeah.
Heads.
And then do that. And it's just that. Yeah. And it works nicely because then we're trying to like chill people out, and they're like, I'm about to get. And I'm like, oh, it's breezy. It's like you'll throw up, and they go, oh, I'm like, no, I'm joking. Can you kick this ball? And they go, oh, all right, cool. And then now you get this mad. You get regulars.
But that's good.
They rock up, and I can recognise them now. Yeah, because you can walk up, you can book.
Oh, right. These
people need regular testing. They're coming up, and I'm like, ponytail.
John?
Black. I'm like, Mr. Smith. He's like, hey man, I'm like, what's going on?
My guy.
I told one old guy, I was like, he comes like, oh, I didn't get my results, and I go, oh shit, all right, let me go find out. I'll run in and get him, come back out, and he's there chatting to the guys. I was like, everyone stand 2 meters away, and he's like, I'm like, he's too good looking, and he goes, are you
crazy? Like,
but do you know what? He comes like every other day now. He's brought his kids in. He's like, oh, this guy, I'm gonna get him one day, and I'm like, Right, it's all good. But no, these people are coming through. They're cool, and it's mad. Like, what do you do? Oh, I actually work in hospitality. Oh no shit, so do we. You cool, having fun? Yeah. Just talking to people.
Yeah.
It's nice as much as we've done it, and I've done it to interact with people again. People are using it the same way back. They're like, oh yeah, I don't really need a test, but I'm like, come and have a chat. What's going on? So it's that's the other good side of it.
Beautiful.
That's a really great thing that you're doing there in terms of that.
I mean, I'm getting paid, but it's also it's still. It's you know what it's like as well. You sit at home and you go from being such an interactive and social person in your job, in your personal and everything. And you're like you're on your own. I mean, you've got Sasha, which is great. So you've actually got a partner in crime. But if you're on your Jones or if you're with a family, like we've both moved back with family, that's fantastic. But then still, you're like
there are a lot of people just
on your own on your birthday doing nothing, watching TV. You got to question your life.
That's it, exactly.
Question your life when you sit there on your own cage, because even your own family.
Didn't want to talk to me.
Sit with you on your birthday.
It's fine.
He's trying to make you cry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
Little brother's birthday a few weeks ago. They were all around the table, shared a cake. KJ doesn't know. But anyway.
I guess
Hi, Mark.
So now we're moving on to our first topic. It's really interesting that we got Mark in this week. Actually, we booked this before the news came out, but as you probably know and as you probably heard, Jay-Z sold 50% of Ace of Spades to Lvmh, specifically. I was watching an interview with him after the fact. It was on a news outlet in America, and one of the things he mentioned was inclusivity within multiple industries, not just within the spirits or the wine or the champagne industry. And one question that I wanted to ask you two, especially as, and we have to go here, you two being white males, me being a black male, and us having no women here of any.
Every time you say that, it surprises me.
I know, indeed. How do you guys think that this industry is inclusive? And and do you think it can be improved? And how would you improve inclusivity within this industry?
Before I push the button, do we mean hospitality or beverage or champagne?
Okay, cool. Let's say hospitality, because we're all involved in that industry. Let's say within hospitality.
Sweet, ready?
Bosh. You want to take it away?
No. You're the guest.
My truthful answer is probably no.
Okay.
But it's trying to be.
Yeah.
And I think, our industry is maybe a little bit ahead of many others,
Yeah.
but at the same time, there's been a lot of issues that have been unearthed or certainly being discussed more frequently. I think people are being more open about a lot of this, and there's probably a journey of self-discovery needed first. Brands need to do the same, bars need to do the same. And it's getting there, but
Yeah.
I don't think we're even halfway where we're supposed to be.
As well. I mean, even because we've discussed this recently, there's what's the thing that Sandra, the lady from Cocktail Lovers, Dino Moncrief.
We'll put it on the screen. Yeah,
it's a whole like the diversity of everything is LGBTQ crowd.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the acronym is, but for anyone that isn't white.
Yeah.
And it's trying to get a collection of people together that are of any of those categories.
Yeah.
And actually have done well for themselves in the industry. And like, I had a call with someone before Christmas, and it's like there's no one, nobody, because every time they're looking, it's like name me 3 black owners of venues.
Ryan Chetty, Sly,
Dino.
Yeah,
because
Russell.
But the fact they have to think about all that.
Technically not,
exactly. So
yeah.
Russell's a boss, but not. But exactly, you are right. But then of that, then even that, name female, name black female, name gay, and there's like woof. And then your name obviously came up because you're doing well now, trying to make a name for yourself too. You did the thing with your pops, and then it was like, someone said, I've seen this guy. Turns out you know him. I'm like, yeah, we've been together for years. But the same thing. So he was hit up about potentially trying to get involved with this thing, and I'm like, that's a great shot. Because there is nobody.
Yeah.
And it is, even when you said the question with the pubs versus bars, right?
Cocktail bars,
I've never thought of a pub as being a white guy's place. Never.
That's
registered.
really interesting.
And then I was like, oh shit, you're right.
I remember hearing that though, but I mean, I've been to pubs in like the Caribbean or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
Of course, yeah.
Maybe in the UK.
In the UK, yeah.
I
specifically meant in the UK. To answer my own question, if I'm honest with you, I'd actually push back against both of you. I think this, as you said, this industry is really trying. It's trying a lot. And the thing is, it has to be incremental as well. As I actually think it's ahead of its time as well. There are so many events that, maybe not so many, but you see events
do you
women
mean here or globally? Because
I think
the UK is
I would say in the
fast.
UK, because I can't speak unfortunately I can't speak on the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But just traveling around when everything was open, you'd see different events run just for women and just to support women. We have London Cocktail Week or London Cocktail Month that is run by 2 women that is heavily celebrated. We have and it's a damn shame we can't remember the name of the organisation, but there are 2 that I can name that are specifically aimed at BAME and LGBT people within the hospitality industry. And not only are they pushed and advertised, they're celebrated.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever walked into a room and felt uncomfortable because people didn't want me there. I've been in multiple rooms where it's not even like people didn't want me. People didn't want me there is very strong. It's not people didn't want me there, but it's like, oh, what are you doing here? I've never been. I haven't been in this industry. I've always been.
To see that.
I've never experienced that,
Within
and
the
that
industry.
was within this industry, and that was so refreshing.
Blessing is as well though, especially in the likes of the UK. Think how many people like we're a rarity being from London and bartending in London. Everyone's like, no, but where are you from? London. No, but where are you originally from?
Yeah.
Fulham, and they go. Fulham, Australia? No, London.
Yeah.
So that in itself is a rarity. So then you get all these people from all around the world that go, we don't give a shit. Like, we're from Brazil, we're from Italy, we're from Fiji. Like,
I also find a lot of people left the place because it didn't have the inclusivity. Whenever I'm talking to people, it always comes up with me. It's like, part of the reason why I came to London was because it's so diverse and we don't see black people here. And I liked the culture and the little village that I grew up in. Everyone was racist. I hated it. I was the outcast because I spoke up against it. So I came here. Bartending was the first job I could get, and I fell in love with it. That's a common story within this industry.
I think it wants to be inclusive.
Yeah.
Because I think if you just went up to someone and said, right, they would without I think real any hesitation just go, yeah, cool. Would you hang out with this person? Would you employ that? Yeah, cool, because you don't think like that.
Yeah.
But it's such a, I'd like to think an older archaic mentality of like, oh no, well if you employ a black youth, no, it's gonna be trouble. But then everyone that's grown up with them are like,
No.
Like, what are you on about? Like, I'm the token white boy in my crew. Like, it is what it is.
It's so weird to see as well.
Yeah, but
It's so strange to see. What are you gonna say, Mark? Go ahead.
Do you not think there's a certain element? So we're talking about hospitality, and in terms of it being a bit more forward thinking, and I think that probably is right. But in terms of, I suppose, from my side with brands, I think there's still leaps and bounds.
Oh no!
To
So
go,
this
right?
is in the brand side. I'd go.
I think.
So this is a good way to move. How would you improve it? What would you look to improve upon?
Well, I mean, to be honest, what we're trying to do in MH UK, I've been quite impressed with the new managing director I mentioned earlier on. He's really driving a lot of initiatives. So we've got MH UK is proud as a thing that we normally kind of did with Pride Week. We've got we're doing lots of stuff on sustainability as well, but we're doing a lot of stuff with BAME as well. So there's a couple of people that are kind of taking these projects on with internally and then sharing, talking about it, communicating as much as we can about different cultures within the business. From brand side, man, I don't know. That's like, it's not something I would necessarily say I've got loads of knowledge about. But
what was Jay-Z involved with before Ahmed Brignac? Was it not Cristal?
No. Oh, you mean when he called them out?
But and that was it. Was it not that they broke away because the association, and they go, we don't want to be associated
with hip hop culture,
and
so essentially black culture.
My guy goes to Ahmed Brignac. They go through the roof because it is what it is. But then I think touching on a brand, whose brand you aimed at, who's rum aimed at, who's gin aimed at. It goes like, gin, white people. Who's brandy, who's like you go
black people.
But like, I think the good thing, especially with like Hennessy as well, because we're doing the My Way thing, so I don't want to plug it too much because it seems like it's blowing smoke off your ass. But when we did the chat the other day, and Mark did a big Zoom tasting and tutorial of what it was all about. Look at their music affiliation, and it crosses a lot.
Well, this is
and that's the cool thing of it. It's not specific to Hennessy is for black people. It's Hennessy for music and for people.
And like where
finish.
You have the final word. Have the final word.
We were kind of talking about that as well, and I like, in terms of Hennessy, there's a stigma about where the brand belongs and sits that you're kind of mentioning, which I think is bullshit, to be honest. And also with regards to music, they've connected in so many different genres and are still continuing to do that as well. And I think music is kind of connecting people. So if they're connected to different musics, then it's different people, which is diversity in itself, right?
It's because Jay-Z's the backer of it's perfect.
It's
such a good link. You can go from selling drugs to
to selling drugs.
This legal drug, you love it. Wait till weed's legal and everyone's happy. Cool, thank you. So guys, now we're on to my questions. This will be the second question of the day, or third, depending on the way Javier cuts it, who knows. My question for you two is, because we've gone for a serious question, I'm going more jovial and chilled. Everyone's been chilling in lockdown, watching a hell of a lot of everything. Which character do you most associate with anything you've seen or watched, TV, movie, in the last little while? What's your favourite show? What do you watch? Who do you go, this is my guy? If I could be anyone, I'd be this guy.
Okay, cool.
And on that note, I'm going to press play. Go.
Right, so who do you identify with?
Who do you want to identify with? Who do you actually identify with? Who do you want to?
Right, so that's what I was going to say. Because obviously, who you identify
I want to be James Bond. But I'm the guy from The Office.
Right. So exactly. I would say so. The guy that I probably want to be, which is weird because he's effectively a wee bit broken, is probably Harvey from Suits.
Oh,
right.
Mate,
but then he's also basically someone who just wants to be James Bond. So why not just say James Bond? Right. Realistically, who I probably identify with most is like JD from Scrubs.
Which one's JD?
The white guy. But you know what's really annoying? I was gonna say Turk. I was actually going to say Turk. But carry on. Sorry.
But yeah, one funny. Funny.
Every week,
I don't know. I've always kind of just thought he was a good character.
Yeah.
And his love of Appletinis as well is just bosh.
Very multifaceted character. I love Scrubs. That's probably my favourite program. Very multifaceted character. It's on Disney Plus now.
Is that right?
On the Stars bit. So you can just binge it. Yeah.
I'll have to stop watching Moana to watch Scrubs.
What Scrubs, dude?
I watched Moana for the first time.
How sick is Moana? Moana's so good, right?
Yeah.
But the two songs in it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And the shiny one, the guy from the Flight of the Conchords, the crab or whatever.
Yeah.
Those songs are unbelievable.
Yeah.
The You're Welcome one's like 37 minutes 42 seconds in.
So is this like your favourite Disney song
that
of all time? Is this your favourite Disney song?
Not of all time.
What's your favourite Disney song of all time?
We're going off piece.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, who are you going to go first? Let's get the question answered
okay,
first.
cool. So,
Then we go back.
right, okay.
Also,
Yeah.
something from Aladdin, but go.
For me, it would
Or
probably
Hercules,
be.
but go.
Oh god. Okay, so I was gonna say Mulan. I was gonna say Make a Man Out of You.
Is it?
Bruh, that song is a banger. What? But with that being said,
She's the only actress to have been a Disney princess
Yeah.
in Star Wars Legends and a Marvel character.
you are a nerd, dude.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's good knowledge.
It is good knowledge there. But the song "Don't Say I'm in Love" on Hercules, that's probably the best Disney song of all time. Rhythm.
Yeah,
It could be a Motown. It's so sick. Yeah.
That whole thing is banging. Yeah.
But to answer your first question,
Zero Hero. I'm trying to think of one from Aladdin. Anything that Robin Williams does is wicked.
Yeah.
true.
That one where he's coming into town.
Prince Ali.
That's great.
I think, you know
Where
what?
are you going to go?
This guy wants to say that question.
You've got 4 minutes. Go on.
Okay, cool. So I was going to say Turk because within that, but that's the thing. Within that show, we had a conversation about it.
I know. It's like legit.
Within that show, you could have stereotypical white guy and stereotypical black guy. That could have been the route that they chose.
Yeah.
But instead, you had two characters in which you can relate to everything, and I love that. Like races or people in general are not homogenistic. Ideals essentially.
Yep.
And with Turk, you got a nerdy dude, you got the coolest dude, you got a dude who messed up with his girlfriend on multiple occasions.
Would we say he's cool?
At certain point, alright, no,
He's
portrayed,
he's a nerd.
and that's
The two
another
of them
thing.
are nerds.
That's another thing. He's portrayed to be cool, but he's actually doing really nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
Like outside the hospital, it's mad nerdy, but
Oh.
he's the coolest person on the floor.
Yeah.
And to me, that was refreshing to watch when I watched it for the first time. It was like there's this guy who gets it, he loves his girlfriend, but at the same time, I'm trying to watch something. Leave me alone for a second.
Wait, so you're loving Turk or JD then for that fact?
Turk. But I'm trying to think of another.
Because also, he hooks up with the only other person of colour in that show,
Yeah,
apart from the
she's got cheeks, bro.
the old black woman.
She's got cheeks, bro. Like what? Like
Carla.
Yeah, Carla. She's got cheeks. It's fine.
Do you know, just on a kind of side topic, I've always been a big fan of Friends as a show, but obviously when you go back now, it's just all white people
That's weird,
all the
isn't
time. And I didn't realise that David Schwimmer actually tried to
he did.
campaign to get someone of colour on
I'm
the
literally
show.
racking my brain right now trying to
Just
think
to
of
get-
any other people.
He has a girlfriend. I think that was around
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time.
Oh, he does. Yeah. She
But
was nice.
they were
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like a main
That's what
character,
she
and
did
it's just
Lana's
like, why
voice
is
from
it just 5 or 6?
She's Lana's voice from Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great show.
Amazing.
Who's your character?
Archer?
Really?
Archer.
No, I mean, if I could be, I'd be Archer or I'd be Ron Swanson. But I reckon I'm more closely to Andy from Parks and Rec or someone equally try hard but fucks it. But like wants to be funny and then just fucks it. Maybe I'm John Ralphio. If you need to watch.
I really wish I knew these references.
This is such a white show as well.
Dude,
like I get
it's
it. It is. But you know the interesting thing even the main characters that are in it, the little Indian dude is so annoying.
But this is the thing.
Aziz Ansari is.
I know.
So jarring.
This is a critically acclaimed show.
And then
Like,
Donna though, the black woman in it.
Yeah.
She never plays it as like the stereotypical. She does it really well, and she just is a character, which is also like if you've watched Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, oh, brilliant
Schitt's
show.
Creek is insane. Again, it's
such a good show.
It's white as white. But the point of it is, they've gone to like a hick town.
Yeah.
And this gay dude. And no one bats an eyelid. Not one thing, which I was like, this is wicked. There's no like, they've had to go through hardship. And if you've watched the show and the documentary about it afterwards,
that's what I was gonna
the LGBT community made point of, there's always like, they had to overcome a Holocaust or a war or whatever to be able to fall in love. No, they're just like, he met this guy, they got on really well, they got married, and it's the sickest relationship. Like they are absolutely fantastic. And it's just like, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
It's just life.
And I think,
it's done so well in the, don't make a thing of it. It's just
It's
good life.
beautiful. It just is what it is.
That was the thing about the parents in it are just like cool.
She's so funny.
Oh, she's fucking brilliant.
That babies.
How
old are the babies?
Yeah.
What are the babies now?
That's-
What are the babies?
that's the Valentine's Day card I got for the missus.
Oh, is
I
it?
love you, baby.
Oh man, it's so funny.
Yeah.
There's so many quotes to it, and also there's such a mad fan following it already. Before it had finished, it was only 6 seasons, right? There's already a whatever her name is, her character's name, Night in like New York, where in this gay bar, everyone goes up in drag to look like her.
Oh.
Moira.
Oh, I understand.
It's like
Okay,
Moira
cool.
night, and they all turn up, and who could ever Moira the most? And then at the end of it, they all showed up, and she's there, and you see these.
That's wicked.
Do you know the costumes were high fashion, like it's all real deal, like proper stuff.
Someone pointed out to me the other day that in the whole thing, the mum and the son only ever wear black and white. They never wear colour.
Is that right?
I was like, right, I might have to go through it again.
Yeah.
Oh! Real quick. Do you know who I'd want to be? Stringer Bell. That's it.
Who's Stringer Bell?
The Wire.
Never seen it.
Really?
Yeah, Idris Elba's character. Because he's street and then he just wants to be
Wire was
legal.
sick. Someone today was banging on about Breaking Bad is the best thing they've ever seen. And
Dead,
we
bruv.
almost had an argument about it. I'm like, it's not that good. It's boring.
It's boring as hell.
I've never seen it.
Exactly.
Don't watch it,
Don't
it's dead.
bother. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Watch Succession.
The
Succession's much better.
Wire. Can't even remember the name of it. The Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. Never seen one
Whoa.
episode. Not one episode.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
It's one of them people that's like, I've never seen it. I'm so
Yeah,
cool.
I'm kind of
no
proud
one
of
gives
it.
a shit that
I'm
you've not
kinda
seen
proud of
it. Don't be like, oh, I'm not seen it. It's sick. I mean, it ends
Doesn't do it for
badly,
me.
but it was solid.
Doesn't do it for me.
It's like people go, I haven't seen Star Wars. Well, I'll give a fuck. Get a life. I love Star Wars. It's amazing. You don't?
Yeah.
Cool. You're not a better person for it. Sorry, I run over. But Star Wars, yeah.
Okay, so we've got my question now, and it's kind of linked to my job and yours.
I like Mark's taking over.
Yeah, trust me.
I just
It's
realised
so comfortable.
I was like,
So welcome back to my show.
Who set him up? I was like,
No, you are not go. It's not
Apologies.
I started thinking, who's doing it?
No,
Oh, you're
they're
doing it.
doing it.
I don't
So
know.
anyway.
Apologies. Whatever.
Yeah,
So welcome back, guys. So I think my question is more linked to my role and what you guys do for a living as well, and it's talking about drink strategy, building cocktails, so on and so on. And it's more for the consumer, the person who doesn't. The question is more about the consumer. How do we make this shit easier for people to understand? Because I don't actually, because we do it every day. Because we do it every day. It's something that's second nature, and it still baffles me how
I was going to say,
Wait.
yeah.
Wait.
Hold
So it still baffles me how difficult it is
Welcome
for
back to
people
the
who've
Mark
never done it.
Tracey show.
Yeah, exactly.
Man with the hat, ask the question.
The question is, what should we do, or how can we make things easier for the consumer to mix at home?
This is also why we asked the question before we start the timer.
Yeah. It's very easy.
How do we make it easier to mix at home? Okay, I know one bit of thing because you sent me that Hennessy carbonation rig thing.
The keg.
Keg for to the practice for this comp, and that's sick. I love stuff like that. It's something that when they did, was it Heineken or someone by the keg?
Yeah.
It looks like a mini barrel,
Yeah.
and you
With
can
tap.
that something that's interactive but also
Yep.
easy for people. Bottled cocktails, pre-batched. Buy this. I'm not talking like not to neg on that, but like not a funkin' puree that you add. I'm like, boom, it's ready.
Yeah.
Like Ryan and the boys from Lion in the hotel, it's all of the cocktails from the bar in pre-batch in the bottle in the freezer. And you just go, cool, just stir it, and it comes with instructions. How do we make it just as easy and understandable for people? And even we've discussed it as well. Like, what do you need at home?
Yeah.
Simple. How do you make sugar syrup? You take water, you take sugar, you stir it, you've got sugar syrup.
Yep.
Like just things like that. I think we need to remove the
mystique of everything, and I think
the day I realised what a botanical was, I was like, it's a fucking flavouring.
It's a flavouring, dude. Yeah.
It's all it is. You put something in it, it's a botanical.
I think for me, it's twofold, and I think we do it very well. One of the things that is very important to me within this industry, especially as somebody who didn't grow up around alcohol like that, it is breaking this idea of them, i.e. the guest, versus us, i.e. those in hospitality. And I think when we're open, we do it perfectly. We invite people around the bar. We tell them, you are making your own drink. These are the ingredients. I'm going to teach you about this little instrument that you use to measure, and you're going to make the drink. I'm not going to touch anything. In that way, and then you're available to them. In that way, they'll come back and they'll say, I tried to do this at home. I couldn't quite do it. How do I do it? And you break it down and say, it's easy, dude. Like, this is all you need. This is all this is.
Yeah.
And you make it as simple as possible. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
You make it as easy and as accessible as possible.
So, I've got an analogy for it as well, which is...
think about it, I was like, okay, cool, that's good.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
See what I did?
Yeah. Stealing catchphrases. Welcome to the Mark Tracey. Welcome to the Mark Tracey show, guys.
My time to shine.
Next week, there'll be no KJ.
One of us just disappears.
Slowly fade.
Yeah, if you think about it like food, because food and drink go together well, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. If you think about a Michelin star restaurant, you don't make that stuff at home. One, you don't have the equipment.
Yeah.
Two, you probably don't want to anyway.
Yeah.
Speak for
Right.
yourself. No, I barely make toast at home.
I
don't know what's going on.
But I think it's the same thing as well, and I've seen so many people in articles being like, why don't you make this at home? And it's like malic acid solution and rotavat this, and you're like, no one can make that.
Do you know
Just make drinks that are simple
Yeah,
and easy to
yeah,
digest,
indeed.
with flavour profiles that people understand as well. You know, elderflower, peach. People like it.
Equipment.
I was going to say,
Because even in bars, people are like, oh my god, you got a rotavat? You could probably do anything. No one gives a fuck about your rotavat. No one cares.
Yeah.
Like, good on you, and like you're making mad creative stuff. But a consumer's not going to go,
No.
tell me about your rotavat.
Yeah.
No. How did you put peach in this flavour, in this drink here?
Yeah.
How did you make a sex on the peach, which I just made?
Wow.
Like, how did you get that into there? Well, this is what I did. I cooked it and I put it in. Bam. I even look at like all these big top 50 bars. The amount of them that use a sous vide, a vac pack, and an induction hob. That's all they've got. That's all. Everything is so simple, but it's made to be this unattainable. Oh, you do it. Oh, you could buy one of those spherification kits at home and all that.
Yeah.
Cool. I ain't got a clue how to use it, but I can see where there'd be benefit for the consumer. It might be interesting for the aesthetic and like the appeal of like the whole show. But at the same point, I'd rather just give you a really good drink as fast as possible so you can carry on with your night.
Exactly.
And then be like, oh, also, we happen to make that ingredient ourselves.
Yeah.
We make our own Priya Rai, which is an Indian porn star martini.
Yeah.
She is an Indian porn star. We make it ourselves here. We carbonate it ourselves here.
And what do we use? What's one of the main ingredients? Rubicon and passion.
Rubicon!
Which we can
Clarified Rubicon.
Which we can
clarifying
buy.
it. How do you clarify it? It sounds like, oh my god, how do we do that? You put a little bit of acid, and acid is lemon juice. Or
With
milk.
milk.
Malic, or milk, anything. Milk's a great one. Put a splash of milk. You can separate Coke by putting milk in it. Coke milk. It is butters.
Well,
but
do
you
it.
can still have a completely see-through Coke. Just taking all the pectin, but taking all the colour out of it.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to say, and I think that platforms like this will definitely help. We're going to start doing, and look out for this, we're going to start doing ingredients tutorials. 1 minute. That's what I want. 1 minute, so it's very easy to digest. Within that, I want to make it clear. So, for example, if we teach people to make raspberry syrup, experiment with your own fruit. In that way, you're building a pyramid. You've set the foundation. We've made raspberry syrup. Now experiment with different fruits, and you'll find I can now make strawberry syrup. Oh wow, I can make lime syrup out of this. Pineapple, etc., etc.
I'm doing a little video for a couple of mates for their birthday, and they're like, "Can you do a cocktail class?" And I'm like, "What do you need to buy?" And I'm like, yeah, "Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to show you how to make the absolute basic foundation to any cocktail ever." And they go, "What do we need?" Take any alcohol, take any sweetener, and anything citrus.
Yeah.
There's your cocktail.
Yeah.
And they were like, "No, what?" And I'm like, literally, you could go to anyone's house, someone's got some sort of booze, pick it up, get 2 shots of that, you do half a shot of citrus, and you do a little bit less of sweetener. There's your cocktail. Add some soda, you got something else. Add some Coke, you got something. Bam. And everyone's got their own individual thing, but at least you get the basic idea. I mean, it all comes from a punch,
For sure.
goes whatever, but now it's a simpler version. You don't want people going at home going, 4 part strong, 2 part weak, 3 part sour, whatever I can't remember the rhyme. Do you remember it?
You don't.
Yeah. 4 parts, or what is it? 4 parts strong, 2 parts sour.
4 parts strong, 3 parts sweet, 2 parts sour, 1 part weak, or some
sour and sweet though, and then weak is just
See, if you can't remember that, don't.
You can't remember
which we don't remember.
You don't remember it.
Couple shots of alcohol, 1 shot of citrus, and half a shot of sugar.
Yep.
Your sweetener could be agave, honey, whatever, maple syrup if you've got it at home. You could, like, something.
And that's another thing, you're
something
unlocking knowledge within people by making it so simple. Because it's like, oh damn, how am I going to make this sweet?
I've made with oleosaccharin.
Yeah. I haven't got sugar syrup, but you've got honey, and if you're on this healthy kick, you've got agave syrup, right? Use that.
I haven't got a cocktail shaker. Have you got anything you can put?
You got a blender?
Yes, done.
Yeah.
Got a blender, done.
The only thing you need is a jigger.
Wow, jigger please.
But yeah, like the only thing you need to make any kind of cool mixed drinks is
Cut
a
it.
jigger.
I'm
done.
That was solid.
Yeah. Guys, it's last call. What I wanted to do is whip up a little martini for you. It's Sunday, it's 5 o'clock, it's a nice little drink to enjoy as you're seeing off the end of your week. It's also a great drink to have when you're enjoying a bit of conversation with some friends over Zoom, over whatever, hopefully in person soon. So enough bullshit, let's just make some drinks. I'm going to use a little tiny bit of vermouth, some Belvedere's Lake Bartajek, and a splash of Italicus, something that's just nice, simple, floral, coming into spring. So we're going to start off with a little bit of vermouth. Little splash of Italicus. Italicus is like a bergamot vermouth liqueur, just so you know. And then a generous measure of Belvedere Lake Bartajek. Just kind of got menthol notes already in there. And then just stir it up. Super simple. I reckon about 12 seconds, 12 to 15 seconds is plenty. And then finish off just with a little grapefruit twist. And in case you're looking for the recipe, here you go. Nice and easy.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. First of all, thank you to Bandrabai for always hosting us. Thank you to Mr. Mark Tracey, the man, the myth, the legend, for coming through, not only chatting with us today, but making these excellent looking martinis, which I can't drink, but Luke is currently enjoying.
I will drink this.
Exactly, that's it. Remember guys, like, comment and subscribe, man. We want to hear from you. We want to interact with you. So everything that we've talked about today, from inclusion to what character you would be, to how you're finding lockdown and making drinks. Like, did you make this drink? I want to see pictures of it. You've got the specs now. I want to see your variations. Send it to us. Make sure you use the hashtag lifting spirits, and we're definitely going to see it. Anyway, guys, Mr. Mark Tracey, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Mr. Luke, cool. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
That's bro.